Hey guys, Austin here from Corrupt Carbon Works. I wanted to share a video on how to use our new kit that's about to hit the website to bolt your toppers on your mini shredders. So guys, the kit is going to consist of obviously your braces and the hardware. And I just want to kind of explain everything to you guys when you go to install so that way you're not confused. So first off, we're obviously going to use the set screws that come in your original kit. So the ones that go into your aluminum braces. So that set screw needs to be centered as much as possible into the printed areas. So what I do basically, you take your set screw out, which should be 20 millimeters. You mark at the 10 millimeter area, and then you'll run it into the brace to where hopefully your mark, the 10 millimeters, will be dead center of the carbon once you put that on. So then that's going to give you the even amount on both sides. It's going to be dead center for you. And then that's going to allow you to run as much stainless hardware into the printed brace as itself, or printed brace for strength and all that. So what you're going to get in the kit, you're going to get 6 screws for all of your hood and your topper if you made a hood. These are going to be 8 millimeter. You're going to get 2 rear braces here, which will be installed back here. You're going to get 2 front braces here, which will be installed in this area, which I'll go over that here in just a second, and then a hood section. So 6 8 millimeter long screws here, and the only reason for that is you have options. So I only run 4, so I run I run 2 back here and 2 up front. And then the other 2 I run in the hood here, also just right here in the front. You have lots of options to bolt depending on where you want to bolt or where you think it needs to be. That's where I choose to put mine. So your rear braces, once this is centered, you're good to go. Mount it. You're going to use the 22 millimeter long screws, which you'll have 4 of those. You'll use 1 on each side here, straight to the carbon, obviously, through the brace, and you're using as much of this as possible, and then basically making that a fully solid brace. The front ones, let's talk about those. You're still going to have your set screw centered, just like the rear, but this is a scenario do as I say, not as I do. I ran mine tapered really hard to the front to be in my visor section, which is not optimal. This is actually designed to run back like this, okay? That puts the print under less stress, more, obviously not tapered as hard or as pulled in as hard as this. So if you do want to install it like this, just know you're accepting all responsibilities of this possibly breaking with it ran like this. If you don't want to really stress the print, run it backwards like this, okay? It does not, or I guess it does not put the hook print under as much stress, okay? And then on this section here, you're running 20 millimeters, okay? Because we are tapered, so it needs to be a little less. So 20 millimeter screw from here to here. Try not to bottom out on your set screw. If it is centered, you shouldn't bottom out on it. And then the hood section, which is this one that comes right here. This will go right here. And if you are, let's explain, if you are running your shocks in the center section to where it bolts into the actual center of the brace, you will need something as a 30 millimeter long screw, especially if you're running, say, a spaced pivot ball and a spacer, or you're running a good size spacer. 30 millimeters is going to go through your pivot ball and into here, and then obviously fill this up with as much stainless hardware to make it as strong as a brace as possible. You're getting another 2 22 millimeters screws if you're not running your shocks in the center section. Say you're running the whole back or running the whole forward, the 22 millimeter screw will go basically carbon all the way in on both sides and make this solid as possible. But again, if you're running your shocks in the center section, you'll want to run at least a 30 millimeter through everything, and then you'll try to want to be basically meet right in the middle that makes this fully solid metal. So with all that, a couple little builder's tricks for you guys. If you're doing your topper section like this, After you mark the holes, let's say you've got one perfectly straight and one's a little off. Guys, don't be afraid to put a screw into this side here, heat this up a little bit, and just kind of pull the hood over until this hole lines up. Little trick, it does work. And then when you screw all of your screws down, obviously if it's bubbled or rounded, the screw's not going to set down perfectly. So again, heat this up just a little bit. Doesn't have to be super, super hot. Heat this up to where you know the Kydex will move. Then screw the screw down and leave it there. Let it press. And what it'll do, it'll basically countersink into the Kydex and give you more of a flush look, flush mount, less to get hung up on in there, obviously on the top and the hood itself. So guys, like I said, you're getting 6 screws here, and you have your choice. You've got 3 here and 3 here that you can bolt to. I only use 2 on my hood and 4 on the topper. And again, if you're running these braces this way, you're accepting all responsibilities of this possibly breaking while building. And then if you're not, your bolts will look more back here in this section, obviously. And then these 2, you'll be able to pick which ones you want here. And then also, guys, if you do run these in and out quite a bit, a couple times, if you're working on your rig and these begin to become loose and not working, or not threading in or threading in tight, don't be afraid to run, say, a 10 or a 12 millimeter all the way through and put a nut on the bottom side to tighten everything down. So guys, we really do appreciate you and everything that you guys have been asking for. We're trying to build everything as possible or as fast as possible and get it for you guys. We just want to make sure it's right before it goes out. So know that these kits will be on the website here shortly for you guys. This new style topper mold will be on the website here for you guys shortly too, if you would like to pick that style instead of the Mohawk. And then hood sections obviously are always up to builder to build, so just cut, heat it up, let it mold, and then work it for a little bit. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate the love and support, and we will see you and your mini shredders out on the rocks here shortly. Bye.